More than 1.4 million Chinese will visit Australia this year, and they will spend a staggering $10.4 billion during their stay. Until now, business in the Northern Territory has looked on with envy as the huge financial benefits that Chinese tourists bring flowed to other states. But with Donghai Airlines introducing weekly flights to Darwin direct from Shenzhen, local businesses can finally reap the rewards of the Chinese tourism boom, providing they are prepared. Why get excited? Not only because of the sheer number of Chinese that visit here, but because they spend significantly more than any other tourists. The average Chinese visitor will spend almost $8,500 while here. By comparison, the average tourist from the UK and the US will spend just over $5,000. Those from Singapore will spend $3,700. South Australia is a great example of the financial gains that come when direct flights from China are introduced. In 2016, China Southern commenced flying direct from Guangzhou to Adelaide. During that financial year, the number of Chinese tourists visiting South Australia rose by more than 50% to 56,000. According to Tourism Australia, Chinese visitors inject more than $350 million into the South Australian economy. In the Northern Territory, current Chinese visitor numbers are expected to double by 2020 to 30,000 annually. And with that will come a multi-million-dollar boost to business and the economy. That number is likely to grow even further, with China now the largest and fastest growing travel market in the world, driven by burgeoning Chinese wealth. Chinese love brand Australia because what we offer is both high quality and unique. And what could be more unique than the Northern Territory? Many of our Chinese visitors will have travelled to Australia before, enjoying the experience of our large cities. Now they're looking for a new and different Australian experience, and the top end fits the bill perfectly. So if you've been wondering whether it's worth the time, effort and expense to become China ready, well, the answer is a definite yes. The Northern Territory businesses that stand to benefit are naturally local tourism providers and service providers, but the financial flow-on effects are far-reaching. As more Chinese visit Darwin and other parts of the Northern Territory, awareness will grow, and this will create opportunities for education, migration, investment and trade. But cracking the Chinese tourist market is not easy. There are very real obstacles in your way. Firstly, on the whole, most Chinese don't speak English. And let's face it, unless you are Chinese, it's very unlikely that you can speak Chinese. Unfortunately, it's not a language that you can learn overnight. Then there are the huge cultural differences. These cultural differences impact the way Chinese consumers make purchase decisions, how they choose activities to participate in, and how they do business. China may be just a short 5-hour flight away, but the Chinese community is vastly different to our own, and making assumptions about what they like and dislike could mean the difference between profit and disappointment. Understanding your Chinese visitors and tapping into their idiosyncrasies is possible when you know how. It does not mean losing your brand's DNA, but rather it's about understanding how to package what you have to offer and make it more appealing so you trigger a buying impulse. In our view, tapping into this market shouldn't have to cost a fortune, and you certainly won't need to learn to speak Chinese. In the following lectures, we're going to give you important skills to help you welcome and impress your Chinese customers. But as well, we'll show you how to devise a staged strategy that builds the costs into your existing marketing campaign and ensures the time and money you need to invest is manageable. This opportunity is not just for tourism destinations, it's for all business. Of course, initially, Chinese visitors will be keen to come here to try our food, see our tourist destinations, and enjoy the territory's way of life. But they're going to need much more than that. Like all tourists, they will have to access a range of services, from car hire to medical care. Everyone stands to win, providing you understand how to make what you have to offer attractive to your Chinese customers. The first step is to crash through the language barrier. While the Chinese are keen to learn English, most of them still struggle. Resolving the language problem is not simply about speaking Chinese. It's also about choosing written channels that will make you visible to your Chinese visitors. Chinese is the second most popular language on the internet, and in China, the internet is an important part of daily life. Your prospective Chinese customer will be online researching their trip to the Northern Territory long before they get on the plane, and perhaps even before they buy a ticket. So if you want your business to get noticed and make a good impression, then online is where you need to be. In the following lectures, we will also explain what products and services Chinese love, how to clinch a sale, and the best way to accept payment. We'll also give you the practical tools to multiply your sales to Chinese customers, plus highlight the cultural differences that can mean the difference between a 5-star experience for your Chinese visitors or a very poor one. Ultimately, you will stand out from the crowd and become the obvious choice for the Chinese market.